What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Y'all already know what kind of channel this is. You saw the title. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, I saw this title, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It stopped me in my tracks. It was recommended to me on my recommendation page. And I've never seen the word colorism with white girls. I've never seen that. I've never seen the two together. So it stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, wait, is this a joke or? But as I told y'all, I do love this channel because I get to be open to different perspectives. Because I watch a video, don't mean I agree with it. I'm always tell y'all that, but I'll be interested in what other people think, what other people believe. So I actually thought it would be interesting to see, and I felt like it was way different because I've never heard this topic mentioning this group of girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. And yeah, I just wanted to watch with y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and yeah. Let's go and watch it. Cause the title go crazy. I gotta see. Excuse me. I gotta see what they talking about.
Okay, so somehow I ended up on Blonde Hair Theory TikTok, where the girls were sharing how the way they're treated shifts when they go from a brunette to a blonde, and
So
vice versa, obviously.
Yeah. So it's about hair color. I'm gonna give it a chance.
So according to them, being a brunette or having darker hair didn't mean that they weren't attractive, but it made them come off more intimidating or serious by default.
Your hair color does have an influence on how other people perceive you. I mean, duh, it makes sense. Your appearance affects how people perceive you. Black hair theory, let's talk about it. The black hair theory is that girls with black hair are perceived as more intimidating by men. Even if they don't have an intimidating personality at all, they just come off that way. I don't really think I have like the black cat personality. If you look at me, you'd probably assume those character traits onto me. Whereas with lighter haired girls or blonde haired girls, they get more sweet golden retriever type of personality traits projected onto them. I feel like this is why blondes feel like they get approached more. I've seen girls that have had their hair blonde before and then went darker say that when their hair was blonde, they would get approached more by guys. Probably just because they're getting perceived as friendlier, even if that might not be the case. The darker your hair, the more intense you look, the more kind of standoffish you look.
And honestly, I never realized how deep that dynamic ran for white girls. Because as a black girl, we've known this concept all too well. Like for us, it's not about what color your hair is, it's about the state of your hair. So natural hair, especially depending on your texture, puts you in a whole different category in terms of how people look at you or approach you. The only time where natural type 4 hair is commendable is when it's long. Now if it's short, then maybe you gotta have some confidence. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, I love natural hair. Show me something natural. Like, I can't. Because they all love natural hair, but it all depends. It depends on what type of natural hair.
What it look like.
There's so many factors that come into play. And I'm not even gonna get into it. Because if you know, you know. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now compare that to wearing a wig. No matter the curl pattern or style, if the wig is laid, you're suddenly Rapunzel. People are fishing to help you out your tower.
You're more pretty.
You're a part of the beauty standard. It's a whole different feeling. And it feels so good. It's
you're
like
you
crossed an invisible line into being acceptable or desirable. Now, color theory for black girls does come into play, but it's not as prominent or as much of a big deal as texture. The color black will always be elite. But luckily with wigs, it gives you the glory to try so many different colors that gives you a whole new energy. Like for example, Jesslyn Sky purple hair era. Oh my gosh, I loved her. I loved everything about that. But it's not as life-changing as colors that actually fit a black girl's palette, like warm tone blondes and brown hair that truly complements a black girl's skin tone. Here's a few videos of me in brown chestnut colored hair, and I absolutely love it. You can't tell me nothing. I feel like it fits so well with my complexion, and other people see it too. It's like I'm a whole new me. Who could tell me anything? but it's not a supremacy. So for women, they face their own unique forms of oppression, whether it's rooted in culture or class, but I never fully realized how deeply ingrained blonde supremacy is.
I was just thinking that the media is why they're like that, especially how they were about Marilyn Monroe and other women in her time. It was another lady that was blonde just like her, and they were anybody that was blonde in this time, they compared her to Marilyn Monroe. It's like that was the standard because everybody they found her desirable. And then she wasn't even a natural blonde. She dyed her hair blonde. I was just gonna say I think it's the media that made it that way because of her. Of her. We just gotta be honest. Because of her and other things too. But yeah, it's because of the media. The movies, they only put like mostly, if you go back to old movies, they mostly have women who are blonde in it. And if they do have like dark hair, their personality is like more fierce or bold than. And then her characters was like she was very soft spoken. She had to make her voice real high. She didn't even talk like this for real. She had to make her voice real high, be all, red lipstick, just extra pretty, like extra feminine. I mean, like because she was blonde and everything. So I already know where it come from, but it's like it's interesting to see this as a topic. I just don't be in that kind of space, if I'm being honest. That's why I say I love this channel. I'm getting to different perspectives because I don't be in this space, obviously. Why would I be in that space when I'm not that color? So it's like, I know about the 4C thing because that's the kind of hair I have. Y'all can see.
It's not just about.
Y'all can see. It's like a mixture. My hair is laid down because I put oil in it. I think my hair is like a mixture. It's like a mixture. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I can't relate. I'm just being honest.
Fully realize how deep.
But no, I can, because when they say black girls put blonde hair on, it make them look, yeah. Y'all already know.
Deeply ingrained blonde supremacy is.
Yep.
It's not just about the color. It's the way that blondness has been idealized as a default for femininity. Like for innocence, for more of the sexy, fun Marilyn Monroe construct, while dark hair is more serious and more like the girl next door's type.
I just said that.
Blonde changed my entire life. This is what I used to look like.
Ooh.
Everywhere I go, people just assume I don't know that much, and they help me with which is perfect because I don't know that much. So imagine being a brunette that doesn't know anything. Like, life was harder. So I dyed my hair halfway through college. I was graded so much harsher in the first half. The second half, it was like, aw, you came to class? Wait, that's so studious of you.
That's
like,
crazy.
Cool. I hit this guy's car in a McDonald's drive-thru. And I wasn't even on my phone. I was looking straight ahead. It's just that I forgot how to keep the car stopped for a second. Which all you have to do is keep your foot on the brake. I forgot. I thought the guy was going to get out the car and yell at me, but he gets out and looks at me and he was like, were you putting makeup on? You're silly. I just want to make sure that you're okay, though. How are you? I was like, I just hit your car. I'm fine. If you want to hang out. Sometimes I feel like if I were to walk out of a grocery store with a cart full of items, the employees would be like, sweetie, so you're usually supposed to pay when you go through self-checkout, but there's no way you would have known. It's so stupid, honestly. Like, who cares? Here's the thing, I don't think it has to specifically be blonde hair. I think it's more about finding the hair color that looks good for your skin tone, but your goal should always be, people's expectations of you should be on the floor. The bar should be on the floor. That way, anything you do, everyone's like, no way. Yes. Right. And that is the only thing I ever needed to learn in my entire life. So, yeah.
The blonde hair hierarchy is beyond real and something that genuinely needs to be studied in human psychology. Dang it. Over the past month, I have had brown, blue, and blonde hair, the 3 Bs, and people treat me very, very differently depending on what color hair I have. The brown hair is very girl next door, cutesy, sweet, innocent vibe. People treat you as such. I get a lot more compliments from girls too. Women are a lot nicer to you when you have brown hair. Blue hair, crickets.
Women too?
Silent. I also think that's because I am in Texas and people are a little bit more iffy with colored hair here. It's like a liberal thing. But yeah, I got a lot of like, I like your outfit, or your hair's cool. I would have never thought to do that. Then we get to the blonde. Free things this thing gets ya. Free shit. Blonde. I don't know what it is, the psychology behind wanting to give blonde girls free things, but people love to give blonde girls free things. It's just so interesting to me, and it happens.
Nah, it's not about our hair. Like, if you real pretty, like real attractive, then yeah. The world we live in, you gotta love it.
Way more anytime I have blonde hair. Like, I've had blonde hair at least once a year for the past probably 6 years of my life now. And it's always, when I have my hair like this, do people treat me so much better. It's very confusing. But yeah.
So honestly, can you really blame black girls for wearing wigs? Just like, can you blame brunettes for going blonde? Society is so shallow that sometimes doing what you can to make your life a little easier just feels like survival, but in the best way possible. The fact that being blonde gives you this automatic halo effect is absolutely wild. Like, people just assume that you're nicer and you're softer and approachable and even more trustworthy just because of your hair color. It just shows how deep these beauty biases run.
I'm gonna tell you right now, blonde theory is 100% real. I did not believe it until I went blonde. I had black hair my whole life.
I see the roots.
People just think I'm nicer, and I don't really think I've gotten that much nicer. People just think I'm friendlier. When I had dark hair, I feel like men were a little bit scared of me, and I kind of liked that. Not anymore. They're not scared, but I kind of miss the fear. Can I say that? But yeah, it's a real thing.
She misses the intimidation. Having these folks sweat. I understand. You want to make the boys, you want to make everybody sweat, girl.
Yeah, I'm crazy. People are going to come and say, oh, you have like, yeah, I know, but my hair is blonde compared to when it was black, okay? So I get to talk about this. But yeah, so it's definitely real. It's definitely real.
Being blonde seemingly opens so many doors for you. Norma Jean, who isn't naturally blonde, her natural hair color is like a brownish copper color. She became the pinnacle image of a blonde bombshell. She became the queen of alter egos and played the feminine seductress. She walked into becoming the most famous persona by buying a bottle of peroxide and bleaching her hair in a bathroom right before a test screening, and then transformed herself into the iconic Marilyn Monroe. Even Marilyn herself benefited from blonde hair so much that she thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she didn't understand why it mattered so much.
You know, it's interesting that people associate if you happen to have blonde hair, you know, naturally or not naturally, however, or if you're not out of shape in some way, you're absolutely dumb. You're considered dumb. I don't know why that is. It's a very limited view. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter what the person, what they look like, what color hair they have.
They even had an episode of this on Victorious. Like, we all know Dan Schneider is a sick but sometimes he's spot on with his writing style and all of its weirdness. They had an episode called Blonde Squad, where Tori, Jade, and Kat played characters for Beck's movie, but they left their blonde wigs on just to see how life was as a blonde.
Why are you so excited to be blonde? Because guys love blonde girls, especially with blue eyes. You watch. Tonight we're gonna get extra special treatment.
In the end, Kat ends up meeting a guy, and he ends up dumping her because he's only into blondes.
Yeah,
even the actress Kaylee Cuoco, who has been my favorite actress since 8 Simple Rules, she got the role on Charmed because she was blonde. Even though the producers denied this, in her mind, she knows the truth and even stated it herself. The treatments and the opportunity, the way people talk to blondes is just different. There's also this weird tone shift. Apparently, people automatically think that you're fragile or not all the way there. The whole dissy blonde stereotype still sticks, and people start projecting that onto you without even knowing you. And what's really wild is how these stereotypes get used. Apparently, a lot of people feel way too comfortable saying racist or ignorant stuff around blonde women because they assume you either don't care, you won't say anything, or you're low-key on game. So they don't feel the need to censor themselves. That's the flip side of the halo effect, is being seen as sweet or harmless. It gives other people permission to be bold with their bigotry, like you're a safe space for their nonsense.
Never knew the power that a blonde hair, blue eyes This is so entirely true, and I never realized it because I've been a brunette my entire life, and I bleached my hair blonde a week ago. I've never gotten as much attention as I've gotten right now, and not only that, you don't realize how racist the general population of white people really is until they know that you're not racially ambiguous anymore, because I was with brunette hair. Now that I'm a blonde, they're like, oh, you're definitely white, so you're a safe space for my racism. 100%. Almost every single Uber driver that I've had has...
I didn't even think of that. That's interesting. And I have a feeling she's right, though. Wow. That's interesting what she said.
You're a safe space for my racism. 100%. Almost every single Uber driver that I've had has said something about either Indians, Filipinos, Black people, no matter what. People just feel the need to tell you all of their internal racist thoughts now that they know that you're one of them.
That's crazy.
So because the blondness gives you this hierarchy, a lot of people don't want to lose it. So only 2% of people in the world are actually blonde, like legit blondes. So you're blonde as a child, and as you get older, the blonde color begins to darken or fade. So whether you're a natural blonde, there is a maintenance for being blonde. And it's expensive to be blonde. Because as a Black girl, I look at Savannah James like, you rich, you are rich. And it comes with a lifestyle that you're just not willing to lose.
When I decided to make a silly little video about how rare it is for adults to be naturally blonde, this is actually the only kind of comment that I expected, because one of my best friends is Black, and a couple years ago we were at dinner and I was talking about how I color my hair. I've always been blonde, but as I've gotten older it's darkened a little bit, so I color it at home actually. And she was like, oh my god, I did not know that you dyed your hair. And she was shocked. I was like, yeah, most blonde hair that you see in the women around us is not 100% natural. Of course there are some, but most blonde women dye their hair or put highlights or lighten or whatever. It was a funny, like, cute moment. And then a couple years later, I remember seeing a Black creator on TikTok talking about how she just found out that the vast majority of blonde women are actually dyeing their hair, and that it's incredibly rare to actually be fully blonde in adulthood. It's hard for me to articulate, but I find this discovery process really, like, cute and endearing, of us finding out about our friends and other women from different ethnic backgrounds and the maintenance that we put into beauty that we didn't know that the other group was doing. And so I made this little silly video talking about how my hair is not this color naturally, and I thought it would reach, like, 1,000 of my followers, and maybe a handful of people would make comments like this. What I did not anticipate was the number of people that very emotionally responded that they were natural blondes and they needed me to know, and seemed like they felt really threatened by the statement I made that no adult woman has this color hair naturally. Obviously, that was hyperbole. Or maybe not obviously. Maybe my delivery sucked. I'm not a comedian. I'm sorry. But I meant it as hyperbole. In the same way that when someone who is really busy, like a medical resident, says, oh, I'm never at home. I'm never at my apartment. When obviously they are. Like, that's hyperbolic for emphasis. Like, you're exaggerating to make it a point. And similarly, there are adult women out there who are blonde, like this color blonde or lighter, and who don't highlight their hair. And that's okay. It's just rare. That's all I'm saying. But what's so interesting is that I saw so many people coming out in these comments just, like, clinging to blondness as if it is a badge of honor or a sign of social status to be naturally blonde-haired.
I literally had no clue that this existed. And I know this topic may not sound like a big deal, but I'm looking at it like, oh my gosh, y'all have colorism, but like an actual hair color.
Yeah.
But y'all let me know what you think down below, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Toodles.
Yeah, me too. I did not know that this existed, because when I saw the title, I'm like, what colorism do they have? Because the people that I've met in real life, they get tans. I mean, that's really I thought they were going to talk about stuff like that, like getting tans and stuff. To be honest with y'all, when I clicked on this video, I was not expecting talking about no hair colors. I thought they were going to talk about them getting tans and stuff, trying to make their skin darker or something. I wasn't expecting this, but now that I have, it makes sense. But me, I never saw it that way. I guess coming from me and who I am, I guess, I don't know. I just never saw it that way. Whenever I met somebody in my class whether they were blonde, or whatever hair color they had. But we was always cool. I just see it all as the same. I don't see it as, oh, blondes are nicer. I just never had that mindset, y'all. I'm gonna just be honest. I never really had that mindset. Now, it was certain things that I was ignorant of. I just didn't know until I started asking questions. And I feel like when people actually want to know something that they don't know, they won't be so hateful and just ignorant about certain things, if that makes sense. Like, if you wondering about something, just ask. Don't just assume, because that's where stereotypes or racism comes from anyway, because you assuming something, you believe in something that ain't true. But I wasn't expecting this. But it makes sense. The same way they be about our hair, I could see it on the other side too. I just never thought of it that way. I never heard of this. Only thing you hear about, I'm just gonna be honest, maybe they push that kind of agenda. Only thing I hear about is privilege, stuff like that, getting tanned, that kind of stuff. But I didn't think nothing about no colorism though, with their hairstyles to define them. I just don't see the world that way. I always, even as a kid, I just saw everybody as everybody. I never saw like, ooh, this person is black, this person is Indian, this person. I literally just, if I'm in a room full of kids, I saw all of us as kids. Like, that was never in my mind until we started going into history lessons and stuff like that. And I would witness certain things that I didn't understand, like racism. I would witness that, and I went through it myself. So yeah, I don't know, but that was interesting. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's talk in the comments. I believe it. Like, I could see it. I could see that. But I was not expecting this. And that's what I love about this channel. I'm watching stuff and learning things I just never knew or really thought about. I mess with it. I like that. That's different. It's stimulating my mind. I feel like I'm getting knowledge. But if y'all have felt that way, let me know in the comments. Tell your story, you know what I'm saying? Everybody be nice, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read. Y'all know I read y'all comments. Let's talk about this in the comments or whatever. And let me know what y'all thought about this. And I'm see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.